We are in this. I forgot to get everything set up. Okay, let me turn this down. So we are doing finals prep. This is our bracket. Brackets came out a little over a week ago, so they were here when I started my stream last week, but I was going to wait till this week because it's closer to the event, and it gave me a better chance to sort of compile some data as well as essentially kind of gather some thoughts, do some research, watch some fights, kind of figure out who we need to worry about. I actually did look at some of the predictions people made. With these predictions, I actually looked at with these predictions, I pretty much tried to aggregate and look at where people think we're gonna be messing up, stuff like that, or who they think's gonna beat us, who other people think we're gonna lose to, that way, and kind of compare it. Because not only is it like, oh, they think we're gonna struggle against this bot, it's they think the bracket's gonna go this way, so they think we're gonna end up fighting these bots too. That's still loud. I'm not sure. Turn it down a little bit more. I'm talking to myself. Sorry. I mean, that's this whole stream. I am talking to myself. So as we can see in this bracket, Ampere is going to be our first fight. That is rough. I mean, most people, if you are in the MRCA and going to finals, you probably knew that or already looked at all this. But Ampere, they beat us the last time we fought them, because we fought them when they, I believe, MRC bet spots August, I think. No, not August. Was it August? It was a while back. July. Sorry, I was close. I think it was like the end of July. But they kind of kicked our butts. They kicked our butts. But the thing is, if we go back to that fight, I have the audio turned off. So what happened was we ended up starting out pretty good. We were able to get underneath them pretty consistently and got them flipped over without even using the flipper. We pushed them around a lot. And the problem is that I underestimated them. So even though I had version 2 or version 3 of Bigfoot, I was running version 2. But see, I can get underneath them and push them around and bully them a whole lot. But the problem was here they end up getting a shot on us. And because I didn't reinforce not there. It's a little in a second. They end up getting a pop on us. And when they actually hit us, I didn't reinforce the connections with super glue like I have been doing since then. And so the motor connections came undone, so I couldn't like drive around and stuff. And I think version 2 does not drive nearly as well as version 3 does. The bracket. So a lot of people, consequently, if I kind of aggregated some of it, basically 2/3 or 3/4 think that we'll lose that fight, even though I think we could win it. Like, based on what I saw, like, from that fight, even that day that they were going on a tear, like, we could definitely win that fight. But the 5, unsurprisingly, as we noticed, there is Technetium and Soldier Boy. I think I have Soldier Boy winning this one, but Soldier Boy and Technetium, because of how the losers bracket goes, and if I end up losing to Ampere or Blight, Soldier Boy and Technetium are going to be bots that I'll be very likely to fight. So I was kind of taking a look at their fights. I actually didn't look at their fights. But I did find them so we can look at them on stream. But yeah, because if we lose against Ampere, like if I do that, oh yeah, I have to go to predictions. I'm currently create a prediction to kind of fill this out. But if I have it so they beat us, we end up either going against Killjoy or T-Pose, which are both bots that we beat. Killjoy we actually beat pretty handedly, while T-Pose, it was a much more touch and go situation. Because of that, I think T-Pose would win the fight against Killjoy. So which makes me pretty confident that honestly, whoever we end up going against, we probably would end up winning that. But that's the thing, is that I think we can beat Ampere. So I'm basically planning on fighting Blight, because since Blight's the number 2 seed, everybody has, most people at least, have Blight winning their first fight. So fighting us in the second round if we win, or fighting Ampere. Blight is another robot that I was looking at, and conveniently at the last RSL, they ended up doing a lot of fights against control bots. That was August. Sorry, August was what I was trying to think of. Because if you watch a lot of their fights, 3, 2, 1, go. I'm gonna mute it. You can see is very much more reserved in his driving. In the later fights, he ends up being a little bit more aggressive. I think he gets more aggressive as the day goes on. And essentially, if he starts winning too, you end up seeing him get more aggressive. In this fight, you notice a lot of times when they are locking forks, he ends up doing a thing where he kind of like turns out of it. Oh, and the reason I'm not really watching the Ampere stuff is because, well, I guess we'll do both Ampere. I kind of skipped over Ampere. But Blight is a very stable bot, which I think is why it does pretty well. It's a very tanky and stable bot. But our robot with Bigfoot doesn't really care if you're tanky, obviously. Because Ampere, you can see here that bots get underneath them pretty easily. And I mean, let's be honest, the Weather Junior, Bigfoot's a little bit more controllable than these guys, because I think that's really their problem here in this fight, is that, oh, hi there, how's it going? I'm going over some fight footage of Ampere, who's going to be my first round fight at finals. But yeah, apparently a lot of people don't have us favored in this match. Yep, thanks before. But yeah, because Ampere, their most recent events, I go to Robot Combat events. Apparently didn't prepare this part, but because Ampere, they started out the season pretty rough, but considering their last 2 events, they got first and second. A lot of people have them favored against us, although, like I was saying before, I think we were winning pretty much until we weren't, and we were losing pretty much because of stuff I did in the pits, not gluing down connections, and then ending up being dying because we had a loose connection. But I think we can beat Ampere, even though 3/4 of the people thought we were going to lose. And Blight, I think we have a better chance against than it looks on paper, because obviously there's the second ranked bot, so ranked number 2, so obviously they're definitely a force to be reckoned with. I know we have a stronger drive than they do. We can absolutely be able to get underneath them. And we'll go to the next. Yeah, well, I'm not going to bother watching Blight versus Jimmy Jazz, because watching them fight a horizontal isn't really super useful. Would Ampere fight? Oh, there we go. Ooh, there was a lot of control bots at this event, so I think watching some of these fights and seeing how they fare against them. Oh, this is a really slow bot. So, I mean, they're consequently able to get around them pretty easily. I don't think this is necessarily going to be a very useful fight to watch. Okay. 3. Ampere versus Graphite. So Ampere, I'm trying to see when they fight control bots, because we're control bots. So watching them fight something that's very different than us isn't going to be. Which one? Where's Blight? God. It's literally the next fight. Oh, this one I watched. This isn't a super controllable bot, so I didn't really get much out of this, because you can kind of see him starting to be very methodical, and then as he starts getting pops in, he ends up being a bit more aggressive. It's definitely a very stable robot. It's not like fighting Nosferatu, where Nosferatu it's just like full send it. You can tell he does a lot of start moving and stopping, as far as a lot of. And I think what I have to do to fight Blight is to essentially just go pure rage and aggression and force him to try to maneuver and take advantage of. Because here you can see he's being a lot more aggressive since he's sort of winning. Oh, he lost a drive. He does have those, I think it's like N10s or N20s, or maybe it's N30s. Because he's got basically fairy weight drive motors in there. If we end up locking forks, he's probably going to do what he did in that first fight where he tries to not be locking forks because he knows he's going to lose. But though, yeah, we'll see. If you get bounced around, maybe. Also, what's interesting, because there's all wedge bots, we don't actually see Ampere get inverted. When they fight Ampere later, I need to watch for what happens when Blight gets inverted, because we see Ampere get inverted a lot, but it typically comes back pretty quick. Oh, it's because it's in a weird order. Cavorting Beastie. Oh, this is a good one to watch, because Cavorting Beastie is another wedge bot. They're a pretty good and fast one too, so it's probably a good. When we fought them, it was a very even fight. They lose a drive side? Because, yeah, Ampere's not. I haven't been watching too many. Yeah, because they're not like it's super fat. Oh, they lost a drive side in this fight. Yeah, Cavorting Beastie is another one that I'm worried about, because when we fought them, we ended up losing because. Well, what's funny about the fight against Cavorting Beastie is neither of us really were able to do anything to each other. There wasn't very many pins. So we basically, I think we lost because we technically had a weapon that we weren't able to use. But yeah, I think with Ampere, I don't think we're going to get as much from watching the fights as we will Blight. Round 4. Where was it? I forgot where it was. Nope. Round 4 continued. Blight versus Robot A. This is another one. Because he fought tons of. So he's definitely going to be prepared to fight control bots when he gets to finals. This was the no, there was one more event after this, but I don't remember if they were there. Okay, so there they actually get inverted. He has to spend some time in order to get. He has to basically drive himself into the wall in order to get no longer inverted. And possibly that's an opportunity where we might be able to take advantage. We also see in a couple fights he gets stuck against the wall, which is also a thing we have to worry about. So I don't know that's necessarily. But yeah, he does get stuck on the floor. I think after the round 4, we see Blight switch to using something other than forks. That would have been another opportunity they could have tried to get a pin in. I've been driving. Oh yeah, Robot A gets stuck. But I actually spent a bunch of time the past week driving, because if you watched my video talking about the last bet spots that I went to with Bigfoot, I spent so much time upside down and I was not ready to drive upside down. That was like my number one priority between now and then, was just drive upside down. Practice driving upside down. Plus practice self-righting, because it's not, even though it is a lifter or flipper, I have to be moving in order to self-right. Don't tell anybody that, though. Just between you and me. What are the odds that they end up watching this? They have a couple days to watch to see my plans. Yeah, Antmine is not super fast. I'm curious. Does Blight, because I know Blight has a bunch of information about their bot on here. Drivetrain, so it was fun. Annoying. Oh, he's got, so that's about a similar RPM as what am I trying to say? As the repeat robotics motors. That's the same RPM, but I don't know how much torque they put out, so I don't know what it ends up looking like in terms of like speed. It seems pretty fast, so they probably are going to have comparable speed. We might have a little bit more torque than they do. We also run it on Malinky Nano HV, so we're not gonna have a super big, like we're not running much more current than they are. But yeah, he doesn't have a super devastating weapon, so actually I have something special planned for if we end up fighting Blight. I'm not going to reveal it, all my secrets here. I'm not going to. So I'll just, since I actually have viewers now. But yeah, this is who we're fighting. First round, Ampere. This is what happened the last time we fought them. I know he's actually made changes since then, but this was after a different glow up and he was on a tear. Probably should make fake strategies just in case. Yep, fake strategies. I'm actually going not putting forks on. Yep, that's a strategy. And I'm going to drive upside down. Honestly. Or, we need to tell him that I'm revealing all my secrets so I can get more watch time. Because I didn't press play. No wonder it's not playing. But yeah. Because Ampere is one of the... because I get control of them pretty easily. And this is an older version of Bigfoot. This is a worse version of Bigfoot. In the new version, I actually can drive better, and then we get underneath them, can get them upside down. They can get to the side of us, but... it seems like if we hit them head on, we can get on. And here, the problem was that after those few hits, well, this version couldn't drive upside down, so that was a problem, so I couldn't get out of there. But also, those hits ended up having wires disconnect on the motors, which ideally won't happen at finals. So we won't, and I end up tapping out because you can see there I can't really drive, and the one tire he gets is the last working motor. There, that was the last working one. So yeah, I end up tapping out because the bot's dead. I was looking at other people's predictions. A bunch of people has us losing to Ampere because they've been really good in the past season, and a lot of us losing to Blight. What's interesting is what I sort of expect if we do beat Blight somehow. I say somehow, but Blackout, Cuttlefish. This one I'm pretty confident Cuttlefish. Cuttlefish was on a tear last time we saw them, and Blackout's been doing pretty good. It's who wins this fight is that I'm worried about, because Cuttlefish, if you saw the last video, kicked our butts last event, so I don't feel confident going against Cuttlefish. The only thing we'd really have going for us going against Cuttlefish is the fact that I've been practicing actually self-riding and driving upside down. So maybe I'd be able to recover better and not spend so much time on my back. Blackout, I do think we'd have a better chance against because they're like a drum spinner. And I do have TPU forks for going against bots like that. And then who knows? It's kind of harder to project because we got Nosferatu and Super Space Turtle. I don't even know who wins that matchup if those two end up being the two to go. I expect a lot of upsets compared to last year, so that'll be interesting. Although I actually, now that I think about it, I say that compared to last year, I didn't know any of the bots last year, so I can't really say how many upsets there were. Because some bots that people expect us to fight is Moonshot. What? They haven't fought much this year. I have to see what events I didn't prepare Moonshot footage. It's not the Sportsman. Yeah, Riverside Rumble. Yeah, I'll have to look at the Riverside Robot Rumble. But, because yeah, that was our RSL. Oh shit, before I finish this, I wanted to watch the Ampere Blight fight. Because there's a good chance we fight both of them. This was the final. They didn't run forks because I think it was the end of the day. And they didn't want to get stuck on there. But plus going against Ampere, I think it was a smart move. I think Blight's built in a way that they generally land on their feet. In the same way Bigfoot's pretty wide on the bottom. They're actually trying to get to the side, which is different than how they approach a lot of control bots. Because here they're definitely a lot more aggressive here than we saw in some of the other clips. Oh yeah, and their Ampere dies. So what I was trying to do is find Moonshot fights. They did 3 events and they did well. Oh, sorry. These two are not MRCA events. That's probably why. Live. Riverside. Nope, that's too long ago. Side roll. Please tell me they did chapters. Because Moonshot, we almost fought them here. This was because this is when we got 3rd. Might not see. Am I dumb? Or did they have a? Oh, there we go. Jazz. PB Jimmy. Jammy. Because this is probably gonna end up similar to Ampere. Although I think like our strategy for going against Moonshot would be similar to where we just try to hope we get the better end of it when they go after us. Hopefully our forks just sort of get underneath them. Although there is a good chance our fork hits the drum before we get underneath them. Because, yeah, I think it definitely wider than Ampere is. We find one where they fight a control bot. Separation anxiety? Oh, this is a wedge, but I think they end up... I mean, it's not a very scary wedge. We fought them before and kind of kicked their butts. Okay. Moonshot. I forgot what Scuttles. Oh, wait, no. I clicked the wrong fight. Tenric. No, that's a horizontal. That's not going to help us. Moonshot versus Porklift. How'd this one go? So, yeah. So Porklift is able to get underneath him. This is probably more comparable to how we would go. Although we don't have the same problem Porklift does where our front deteriorates quite as much because they continuously have troubles. Also, this being a tiny arena, fighting horizontals, fighting verticals in a tiny arena as a control bot is brutal because there's no chance to get around them. While fighting horizontals, you can kind of just smother them, which is kind of interesting. But yeah, they aren't able to square up at all. Moonshot does a good job of just smothering you once they start to get hits. So that's good. Although this is also a tiny arena, so I think that kind of works in Moonshot's favor. They're just not able to recover. So, but Kingslayer, that was. Yeah, I don't know how much of those are really going to help us as much. Let's go on to what are some of the other bots? Soldier Boy. A lot of people had us ending up fighting Soldier Boy at some point. 7 people had us losing and 1 person had us beating them. Interestingly enough, some more people had us fighting Soldier Boy than Blight, even though Soldier Boy is at this event.
3 amigos.
I haven't actually watched that many Soldier Boy fights, even though I've been
I got a thumbs up. 2 minutes on the clock.
At least 2 events that they went to. See if I can find something. Soldier Boy. Because Soldier Boy, that doesn't have much information. Oh, that's another bot that people think we're gonna end up fighting.
All right, and we can. All right, we can start.
Oh, I forgot I have this up. This is the fight cards. Soldier Boy, what? I forgot to look up what they were ranked. Oh, there. Oh, basically the same information that's on RC. Okay. I don't think they filled out their form.
Start this fight in 3, 2, 1, go!
I like how they're not even in the
out of the
corner.
red side, color coordinated, which is appreciated. Both of these vertical spinners. Soldier Boy gets a good initial hit.
So it seems that interesting they went with
gets along the side of Soldier Boy.
I noticed one thing when I was at Bet Spots and being across the pit from them, because that they have a lot more experimental like fork configurations, and I think they even have a version that's like a horizontal, like they can switch out that front motor for a horizontal. They have this tread situation on the side, which is interesting. I get a weird feeling that if we went against them, and I'm surprised. I guess I could see forks getting stuck in their little belt thing. Yeah, I guess they won that one. That front one. Any other bots we want to look? Because we were. Gosh, Soldier. Where the heck is Soldier Boy? Where you? Wait, who is Matthew McNutt? Which bot were you? Which bot's yours? Are your imp? I think. I'm trying to remember everyone's name. Trying to find. Because I haven't actually seen them run the horizontal. Because that's a bot that a bunch of people think that I'm going to end up fighting. Unless they're evil. Yeah, that's what I thought. I was like trying to remember for a second. Because this is them going against a control bot, which is going to be more close to comparison. I'm reviewing footage of bots that I'm most likely to fight based on like my predictions for the bracket, and I also looked at everyone else's predictions for the bracket and saw what bots people think I'd end up fighting and or more specifically losing to. But looking at its fork configurations, and this was the last event I think they went to. This is not making me think that they would end up being able to beat Bigfoot. I don't know if he runs it often. I mean, yeah, there's almost no way that would be. If I was him and I had a horizontal configuration, I wouldn't run it against Bigfoot, because Bigfoot does not. I have a much worse record against verticals than I do horizontals. But looking at the bracket, I'm going to be pretty much fighting verticals. If I win the first fight against Ampere, I'm probably fighting Blight. And if I end up losing that one, I'm probably going against Technetium or Soldier Boy, which Technetium is going to be the next spot I look at. And let's say I somehow beat Blight. If I end up somehow beating Blight, then I have to fight either Cuttlefish or Blackout, and Cuttlefish kicked my butt at the last Bet Spots event. And Blackout, I'm not sure what to expect. I feel like against drum spinners, Bigfoot can do pretty well. Because at Bet Spots, I ran metal forks against Ankle Grinder, and they really bent my forks up. So if I were to fight Blackout, I would definitely use TPU forks. Yeah. I don't know. I think I have a better shot against Blight than it looks like on paper. But I was just watching a bunch of Blight's fights. I've been watching them ahead of time. Because I was looking at summer predictions. There's at least 2 people that have me fighting Mud Skipper in my like 3rd fight. They have me like losing to no, there's 3 people that have me fighting Mud Skipper at some point, because a lot of them, they have me losing to Blight, and then they have like Mud Skipper losing. They have Mud Skipper, I think, losing this one, and then me having to fight them there. Or I think they might have them. They lose here. No. Yeah, they have. A lot of people actually have Mud Skipper losing this first round for whatever reason. And then they have me fighting Mud Skipper either here or here. No, they have me fighting it here. Which is weird. Of the 5 people that have me beating Ampere, 2 of them had me fighting Mud Skipper in my 3rd fight. So that's interesting. But yeah, watching these fights gives me a little bit of confidence against Soldier Boy. But in practice, it's hard to say. I think there's just 2. Oh my God. This is probably painful to watch because I know. Okay. Probably you guys watching, you probably see exactly where it is right away, and I'm just like looking through it. This is a horizontal. I don't think this is not gonna tell us much. The 3 amigos. Oh, this is against. I don't think this is gonna tell us much either, but I mean, this is gonna show us how drivable this thing is, but. Because he does have a lot of gyro, which might be able to work in our favor. I'm also, I notice in my fights, verticals, Control F is, oh yeah. Now I feel stupid that using Control F. That would make a lot more sense. That was the wrong one. That was Alt F. But yeah, because I noticed one thing, people's driving style, for me, fighting against vertical spinners, they have the most variation in drive style that I have to account for. Especially like, because I've fought Nosferatu 3 times. Fighting Nosferatu is different than fighting other bots. Because Nosferatu is so much more aggressive than, say, Blight is. So, they fight. Oh, did they make it? No, they didn't fight. Oh, they didn't make it to the bracket. What other event? I'm glad I'm only looking at RSL fights because Robot Smashing League is the only one that does the chapters, and I would be here all day of me just scrolling through events for the entire stream. But yeah, a lot of people have me losing against Soldier Boy, but got got Moonshot. Technetium was another one people have me fighting a lot. Bet spots is, but it's different area. Yeah. What about bet spots? Bet spots, but it's a different arena, much worse floor. I'm trying to. I feel like bet spots does have a worse floor, but I'm trying to figure out which thing that's in. You're responding to. I don't know if, because yeah, I know Soldier Boy was at bet spots. Most recent September. Oh, September one's when they made the bracket. I think that's it. Let's try. Bets. But I forgot what month I said. September. Yeah, the problem is Soldier Boy. Yeah, it was at bet spots. I mean, yeah. The problem is trying to find. Oh, did this person put every fight? Or is this just. No, I think this was their fights. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I remember they were at bet spots because they were in the pits. They were right across from us, but I don't remember too many of their fights. Yeah, we don't need to relive that moment of me in the pit. It's funny as last event was the first time that the pit even mattered to me, or to my fights at bet spots. And I've been to like everyone this year. Okay. Nope. Too far. Nope, that's after the fight. Okay. Oh, that's revolutionary. I don't think that's. Revolutionary is not going to tell us anything. That was because I had to fight them and they just sort of got beat. Oh, wait. Oh, they fought Cuttlefish. This will be interesting. That was after. Because Cuttlefish was on a tear that day. Can I go back? This will be good enough, I guess. Yeah. Yeah. After they did so well at bet spots, I'm surprised they didn't do better at the RSL the next. Well, it was the next week, actually. Because I was at both of those. I just didn't bring Bigfoot to RSL. So they can get underneath Cuttlefish. It's interesting. Because Cuttlefish was giving us trouble. So maybe it's, yeah. So it's really going to depend on who gets underneath who, I think, a lot of times. Because it seems like Cuttlefish is the one doing a lot more of the aggression. Oof. Doesn't seem like Soldier Boy had a huge issue with team. Oh, geez. Okay, yeah, that would be. That's what it kind of seemed like. They were having drive issues. Because I'm guessing he's probably going to go back to what he used here at bet spots. Then. It doesn't seem like he can drive terribly well upside down, though. Oof. Oh, that is. Oh. Damn, they were winning this one at the beginning of the day. At the beginning of this fight. Yeah, because with their fork configuration, unlike other fights, I don't think like Bigfoot won't end up fork locking with them. It'll either be I get underneath him or he ends up popping me up. There's not gonna be a heck of a lot of fork locking. So good thing I've been practicing driving upside down after bet spots, because Cuttlefish made it pretty clear that I'm not practiced in driving upside down. I spent more time at bet spots upside down than I have the entire season. Who else? I think that Technetium was another one that I was going to take a look at. Actually, I'll finish taking a look, because that was really the only fight that told me much. I really should have done this ahead of time. Should have looked, but that would have been me looking through a lot of videos ahead of time. Oh, this is during a break. Oh my god, not. That's another one that I may end up having to fight that I'm not excited to fight. Although people, for some reason, have me favored against it, which is not what I would have expected. Because there were some people's predictions where they had me losing to bots that I've beaten and beating oh my god, I can't speak. Beating bots that I feel like I would lose to. Yeah, Delirium or yeah, both of those are matchups that I'm not excited for. Delirium or, although looking at the bracket, I shouldn't have to fight them unless I lose early. Oh, that's great to hear, considering the fact that, well, because didn't you win at RSL, and I only beat you at I only beat you at bet spots because of the pit. Oh, did they delay this one? That's why I was looking for a fight that was delayed. That's why. Yeah, because I do not want to fight those orcs. I do have a configuration made for control bots, but I'm not. But I don't think it's gonna do so much. Yeah, I'm not sure how much because I have a configuration that basically should help my ground game a little bit while sacrificing armor. I don't know how much of a difference it's going to make in practice, though. In theory, it should. When forks come together, I'll win a little bit more of the time, but in practice, I don't know what's going to happen. Yeah. I do think it's funny that I spent money to buy a titanium top plate for Bigfoot, although, like, looking at everybody's bracket, like, and how the bracket's laid out, there's a very low chance that I'm even going to fight either of the hammer bots, either Chop Shop or Riker Maneuver. Not that I'm complaining, but considering I don't know if how that would end up turning out in practice, me fighting them. Oh, did this fight not happen? Oh wait, no, it didn't. Is this not? Oh, these are plastic bots. I am dumb. Oh yeah, Jackalope. Yeah, that was. We don't need to watch Delirium. Me doing these YouTube videos, every single fight that I'm in, I end up watching a gajillion times, especially the more interesting ones, or any ones that I turn into that I get fight footage from. They're not. Did I miss a Soldier Boy fight? I'm losing it. guess I'm gonna look at the bracket quick. Because who do they like for? This. Yeah, no, didn't find that one for some reason. Bigfoot delirium, because they would have been forklift. I really need to find. Yeah, I really didn't plan this out very well. Okay, this looks like a Soldier Boy fight. I think they're getting ready for it, I assume. Yeah, because they closed the door with the bots in there. But yeah. Yeah, horizontals are just the worst matchup for Bigfoot. Yet that's going to pretty much be all that I fight at finals. Especially, the more I win, especially, from what I can tell. Fighting a horizontal, I'm rewarded with fighting not a horizontal. Sometimes I always do that. I say the wrong one, like I know which one, but if I beat a vertical, I'll have to fight another vertical. Interesting. I wonder if he'll get out the big long fork to fight Bigfoot. He does seem to do a lot of the charging here. Which we'll see how that, because it's not, because some verticals like to let me go to them. I think this would be technically a pin, yeah. But yeah, I'm curious. I haven't really paid attention to how low to the ground that vertical spinner is. Because I think that often makes a difference too. The lower the vertical spinner is to the ground, I think the more likely they are to get pops on Bigfoot when we go front to front. That's why like Belladonna has no chance against Bigfoot, but a lot of other verts do pretty well. Because it does seem like Porklift is able to get underneath them straight on. Yeah, I mean, when they have that long fork just coming from the side that doesn't have a long fork, seems, or even coming from the side almost at all. Porklift's actually doing pretty decent. And Porklift isn't, I don't think, nearly as fast as Bigfoot is. Ooh. Yeah, seeing Bigfoot, or not Bigfoot, seeing Porklift do pretty good against Soldier Boy is pretty, what's the word? I forgot what the word I'm looking for. It's pretty, gives me confidence, I guess. Yeah, because a lot of people, one person had me beating Soldier Boy and 7 people had me losing to Soldier Boy. And there was also weird stuff with people having me beat, like, while having me like lose to bots that I've beaten before. Like I think 2 people had me losing to Killjoy. 1 person had me losing against Slam. Although my record against Slam is 1-1. Technetium is apparently another one that I may end up fighting because of where they are here in the real bracket. I mean, I don't think either of them are going to beat Blight, but because of that, if I end up losing, whoever ends up losing to Blight, and if I lose against Ampere, I'll end up fighting them. I guess whoever loses the first one, I probably won't end up fighting. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because if I lose my first one, I'll fight whoever wins out of those 2 and loses to Blight. if I lose to Ampere. But if I beat Ampere, I wouldn't have to worry about either of them. I would have to worry about possibly Moonshot, possibly Mud Skipper, loser of 6. I looked at some Moonshot footage. 6. Scrubadubba, I've fought Scrubadubba before. That was rough. Theseus. How tall is Bigfoot? About an inch? No, it's a little over an inch. Bigfoot's not very tall because I think the tires are like 32 millimeters, and the tires are just above the top of the flipper, so it can drive upside down on all 4 wheels. Trying to get that flipper in a way that it ends up driving upside down with all 4 wheels was rough to get the flipper that small or that low. There is a situation in which we fight. But yeah, 6. Moonshot Midnight? Oh god. Yeah, because Moonshot Midnight, probably one of them is gonna have to come through this. So if I beat even if I beat Ampere and lose to Blight, right? Yeah, I'll either fight Moonshot, who I've never fought before, Midnight, who I've fought twice and lost twice. The first time was actually pretty close. That was an exciting fight. Second fight was not as exciting and not as close, but what happened in that fight shouldn't happen again. They ripped the front of one of the fronts of Bigfoot, like the 2 wedge parts. He ripped one of them off. Although I made the bot in a way that shouldn't be able to happen again, because it's like it's attached to the rest of it better. Or I could fight, because that's whoever fights this one in Mud. This is who loses. This is whoever Mud Skipper kicks the crap out of. Because I think some people had that Nima doing that, and then so that one. So that's how I end up fighting this. Nima. I didn't see that. I shouldn't fight Delirium until I get pretty deep into the bracket. But Nima, I don't know how Nima would do against Mud Skipper. That's a very likely scenario because I forgot who's Pain Tolerance. Oh, Pain Tolerance is his wedge. So that's going to be Pain Tolerance. Oh, I think Nima might be able to beat Pain Tolerance. And Pain Tolerance versus Bigfoot would probably be a toss-up. I don't think Pain Tolerance would necessarily be able to survive Mud Skipper, but like it'd be hard to. The thing is, I don't think the little forky TPU wedge can pin Mud Skipper. I'm trying to think, because I think it would end up kind of walking over it. I think it'd be really difficult to pin Mud Skipper. So I think Mud Skipper ends up beating it. But I think Pain Tolerance would be able to do more to Mud Skipper than I think, because it has a lot more tools in its toolbox than send him into the wall. Yeah, I think Pain Tolerance would do more to send them into the wall, but yeah, I mean that's hard. Yeah, it's hard to say. I guess. I think of last time I've seen Mud Skipper at a fight with steel walls, because what did they fought at this year? They were at, because Mud Skipper, I didn't see because they were at the Tennessee event, which wasn't streamed, so I didn't watch it. And Michigan Mashup, Oh yeah, I didn't watch any of these except for Michigan Mashup. Interesting. You got 4th. Who beat them here? I didn't even hear about this event. Did you guys know about this? That they ended up getting 4th at an event? Weird. Who beat them? Their bracket? Wild. But yeah, I'm not sure how much. End up winning that event. It'll be interesting because it'll be probably the best chance for there being enough bots that can beat Mudskipper. Yeah, because I just want to not be in a situation where I have to fight. I would rather fight Mudskipper than one of these bots, than one of these mini bots. Because at least because it'd be way more interesting at least to lose to Mudskipper, you know? Plus, I haven't gotten to fight Mudskipper at all, and that'd be really fun. But not everybody gets to fight Mudskipper. Yeah, maybe it's just my history with cuttlefish, but I'm almost more afraid of cuttlefish than I am blight. But I am also super biased in that they kicked my butt twice at the last event. Nosferatu. Yeah, because I know Nosferatu and Super Space Turtle are the favorites here, but I'm curious who would actually be able to beat them. And I was also really surprised at how many bots I'm not familiar with in this bracket. I only fought a few of these. I'm running out of things to talk about. Because I never actually watched the Technetium fight. That's another one I could. I find that I end up doing better against the 2-wheeled verts than I do I think the 4-wheeled, because I think it's also a very wide robot. So there's more angles I think I could get on Technetium than I could, say, Soldier Boy, because like if I get, like there's more area that I could hit or go out front on with, and then end up there's more parts of the robot that I could go front to front with and end up getting underneath them than I think other robots or other vertical spinners specifically. Kind of disappointed we didn't see more of the little yeeter this season. But Slam, we actually did really well against Slam at the Bots and Brews, because we were super intimidated after they beat us pretty quickly at Michigan Mashup. Because we end up getting high centered on the pit there. So when we were really surprised when we were able to beat them at Bots and Brews. Man, this is a lot of. I really should have prepared better. Oh, Technetium Fate. Oh, I'm not trying to find the beginning at this point. I gave up. Technetium, a lot of bots like that, they end up being able to go flipped over pretty easily. I think Technetium is one of the ones we have a better chance against. Watch, there's gonna be the one. Jimmy Jazz is another one people had us going against. I remember which one's Jimmy Jazz. $23. Oh, I think I went too far. Oh, Vert. They're not I do that all the time. It's a horizontal. Like in my brain, I know, I swear, I know the difference between a horizontal and vertical. I know what those words mean. I mean, we have the configuration for it. I don't know how drivable. What has Jimmy Jazz fought at? Because we've had a lot of good fights against horizontals. I think there was like one event where we kind of got our butt. Okay, conveniently, it was RSL event. Look at the October one. They did pretty good. What I get. What am I doing? That's not how YouTube works. That is, damn it, I hate it when that happens. October. Because I know some of them end up being a lot more drivable than others. A lot of horizontals, so it's kind of hard to. I'm looking at my papers. People have us fighting Jimmy Jazz at different points. I should probably also watch how he drives. I need to watch some of those. Because he does have a little bit more control over it than I've seen a lot of horizontals. Because he's pretty consistently able to have it going in the right direction. Them fighting a drum wasn't getting much. Because, yeah, Nimi. Yeah. Thing is, Belladonna has, like, no ground game. And because I remember watching them here and thinking maybe they had a chance to qualify, but looking at their matchups at Bet Spots, they had some pretty favorable matchups at Bet Spots the week before. Okay, so he does seem to have the strategy of not just going straight at him and actually getting around him. Because I know a lot of times I just say send it and go straight into people and hope for the best. Okay, so Belladonna is able to get something out of them there. Interesting. It seems like a very much more subdued driving than I think I remember, like our Delirium fight. It's driving super slow is surprising. Calculated mediocrity. Here's driving a little bit faster. Another horizontal matchup. Yeah, Delirium against it. I'm still not convinced that Nima is better than Delirium. As far as drivers, like I'm not sure he's better. This definitely feels a bit more. The push away. Yeah, interesting how exogenesis ends up, and how different the fight ends up being because of exogenesis. Exogenesis can do more with their flipper than I think Bigfoot can. Although I think it's also harder to kill Bigfoot's flipper because it's like internal. There's things that I forgot to do with my flipper when fighting Delirium that I normally would do against a bot like that I'm hopefully going to remember to do at finals. we'll see if I actually do remember to do that. Guess stay tuned for that. I'm running out of things to say, but good. But yeah, fighting these wedge bots, because who ends up actually beating either of you? I don't remember. Is there? I don't have the bracket in here, do they? 'Cause I'm trying to remember what it looks like when people beat. And it's fast of it. Over. Gosh. Get the Discord out. We don't need to see that. Minnesota details, October. Trying to see what it looks, see if I can find when either of them lose. Necessary Evil in the third round. Wait, third round. You know what? I know I shouldn't use Control F. But yeah. Because here I think that version of the fork of the like TPU as opposed to the other one is worse against control bots. Because I think Joseph's able to get to the sides. But yeah, he's able to consistently. Oh, okay, there he's not. The thing is, in this matchup, it seems like I think it's because of that version of the forks. Because the version I fought was not this version of the fork thing. And I think that's working to Joseph's advantage here with the Necessary Evil kit. Yeah, because he's also... Am I crazy? Or is this feel slower than when I fought Delirium? Or is this just a different sized arena? Because I felt like feeling I had when fighting Delirium is that like I was struggling to be able to get around Delirium because I just didn't feel quite fast enough. So they're able to get underneath the trade on. So that was. Like they fight Necessary Evil again in the bracket because I know that's Necessary Evil fought Blight. Oh, they did weird. Oh, final and semifinal, the bracket. Robot A, no. Oh, Necessary Evil against the other fight against him. Because, yeah, these are other bots that I'm really dreading fighting that I think, even though people had me beating them, I think at least one of the brackets. I just get the feeling that Mud Skipper would be able to shuffle, like, it'd be harder for this sort of geometry to pin. Mud Skipper. I'm also on a curious. I want to watch I need to go back. Yeah, unfortunately, the events that we saw Mudskipper go to aren't RSL where I can find the stuff or brackets easily. Oh, hey there. I'm reviewing fights of some bots that I'll end up probably fighting at finals and trying to see what I can be able to do against them. Although Necessary Evil is one that I might end up fighting. The is the bot that I am more likely to end up fighting based on the bracket. Because I know I fought a similar bot at BetsBots and it did not. Well, I won, but it was not a it was a close win. I'll just say that. Huh. But yeah. But yeah, Navy with the little extra drive practice that I've been getting in this week. I was editing through. Check out. Oh, thanks. Yeah, I've been trying to do these streams every Thursday, and today it's finals this weekend for the Midwest finals, and I've been reviewing a bunch of footage. Cause yeah, I've been pretty busy lately. It's pretty much been either building bots or making videos. And I think after finals for a little bit, it's going to be more videos since I don't have an event until January. But I'll have a new version of Hodag by January and another bot that I'm working on. A lot of it's shorts. I think my cadence recently has been 2 shorts per week and a long form video every other week, and now these streams every week. I waited until I at least had some subscribers before I decided to do streaming, since otherwise I don't know if I'd get much out of it, or even because the first fight of this bracket, I've looked at a bunch of Ampere footage because that is a bot that beat us last time, but I think we can beat them because it was one of those. I edit in Adobe Express. I would not recommend it because I end up having so many issues of things loading properly, and have had technical issues all the time. It's one of those that's supposed to be super easy to use, Adobe Express, and it is easy to use, but it has a lot of technical issues and some limitations, because there's definitely only so many things that I can do. So that's why I don't have too much flashy editing. It's a lot of very simple stuff. It's a lot more like just sort of layering things. I can't do too many fancy animations in it. It's definitely the easiest one it's probably one of the easier ones to use and get into, but it feels very limiting to use. And I do also like the fact that since it's Adobe, I end up having access to Adobe stock. And so so I kind of have a built-in use of a lot of the audio is like Adobe stock for all of my videos. So I'm able to have a library of music without having to pay a separate fee, I guess. But yeah, I'm pretty excited. I haven't even looked at the other one. I know Adobe Express has a free version. The free version, you don't get access to the open shop. I haven't used that one. Adobe Express has a free version, but there's like limited features. I think the biggest thing is I have access to Adobe stock because I pay for it. And there might be a few features. I don't even remember which features are paid features. But yeah, I do pay for it, but I'm mostly paying for it because I wanted the stock music. And I think because a lot of it is, what's annoying is it's in browser. There is like a desktop version of it, but the desktop version for some reason doesn't have any audio. So I can't edit any audio on the desktop version. The only thing that is a positive about Adobe Express is the fact that it's pretty easy to do thumbnails and pictures in it because it's also used for like graphics and pictures. So some of my logo stuff, some of my logos, like my logo for my thumb or my little icon, that I did myself in Adobe Express. In all my thumbnails I do in Adobe Express. Yeah, free stock music is rough. I know there's a lot of places you can just pay a subscription for. I think a lot of times it just ends up being easier to pay a subscription. But it can add up pretty quick, a lot of costs. Paying for an editing software over the course of a year, paying for stock music, stuff like that. Then if you get stock pictures separate, I haven't actually used too many stock images in my videos. I'm not, yeah, that's fair. It's kind of rough to try to make these videos and like not make any money off of it, and it's like costs that up, especially when you're trying to also make robots. Because I decided to end up getting the microphone as one of the first expenses because audio is probably more important than video. Oh yeah, too cheap. Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely hard to, what's the word, to like justify the cost of a lot of stuff for making videos when you're not making any money making videos. Yeah, I always feel skeptical when a lot of YouTube channels, or even when they advertise that it's free stock music, because it's hard to say. Because there's definitely like, if I know for a fact, if you go to Spotify and there's like, copyright free music, a lot of times it's a lie. I definitely wouldn't trust. And plus some things they also want you to, what's the word, credit them and stuff, which is fine. Crediting is good to do, but yeah, it's hard to say because I think some things they're like, oh yeah, throw it up like that, but then things can be weird. I know there's artists that like to be like, oh, I'll let anybody use my music, and then, but the label might have, or whatever recording studio may have different stuff. But I also like a lot of times when you pay for the music, there's less people that end up using it too, so it sounds less samey. Because I don't know how much you listen to YouTube, and there's definitely audio tracks that you end up hearing all over and over again. It's like, that's familiar. It's just kind of funny about the consequence of copyright music and copyright free music is things end up having to sound the same. I recognize that one. I think also if I didn't have Adobe stock music, I probably wouldn't use nearly as much music in my videos because I would just dial it back. Because I wouldn't want, because it's too much of a headache to bother. The music playing right now is just is a free music thing from somewhere else. What is Pixabay is what this track is from. Because although using once on one of my streams, playing Pixabay, I did end up getting copyright claimed on one of the streams where I did use Pixabay music. Not that it really matters much for me because I'm not making any money, but it's just a thing to keep in mind. Yeah, because I haven't really gone into their license. I need to take a closer look at Pixabay's license summary because I know how to deal with copyright claims on music involving Adobe stock, like that stuff. Pretty straightforward. Oh, catch you later. Yeah. I don't really have as much to say about the bracket. I never actually showed my prediction because I already made a prediction. This one right here. I had Mudskipper winning because I feel like because that's the thing. I don't think realistically that Mudskipper will win. I think there's enough robots that'll beat Blight and Mudskipper that I don't think realistically that they'll end up being the final two. But if you look at each fight individually, I'm like, oh, Mudskipper's probably going to win that one. Mudskipper's probably going to win that one. You know, Blight's probably going to win that one. I do think it's funny how I had Cuttlefish beating Blight here, but Blight beating Cuttlefish here. I didn't realize that until now. Or maybe I forgot one of those two. But I had us beating Ampere and losing to Blight. Even though I think that the advantage Blight has on us is lower than I think other people anticipate. I think we're being underestimated, but we're not going to find out until or not tomorrow. 2 days from now, though. But yeah, I think we're going to call it there. It'll be exciting to see who ends up winning or how well we do, honestly. It's over at Robot Smashing League. The stream's going to be here at Robot Smashing League. It's going to be probably the first live here. Starts at 10 p.m. So if you're looking to watch, go here. And I'll be bringing, obviously competing with Bigfoot and stuff. You already went over that. But I'm also going to bring Hodag for for at least one grudge match, hopefully. Because I made some changes, like I mentioned, for those that watch my build vlogs. Made some changes. So because I wanted to reuse as many parts as I can. And then because a bunch of it's going to be pretty much completely overhauled going into January. So hope you guys tune in on Saturday and root for your favorite bots, which is hopefully my bot, hopefully Bigfoot. But see you later.